Today I am bringing all of you another Fallout 76 workshop build. In the past I have made a research centre at the HZ21 disposal field, and a Brotherhood outpost at Spruce Knob. For this video though, we're heading to the Charleston Landfill and working on a raider themed build. This location was chosen specifically for the raider theme, as it's clear the place used to be inhabited by raiders. There are barb spikes all over, a couple of destroyed trailers that have been lived in, and just a general ex-raider settlement feel to it all. This means our key priority with the build is to simply change it from looking like a place where raiders used to live, into a place that's currently inhabited by raiders. To this extent, this will make for quite a quick build, as the focus is much more on light flavour elements, rather than a complete redesign of the workshop itself. In fact, the entire build process, from the first time I approached the landfill up till the time I finished building entirely, took me less than an hour total. Considering I spent a lot of time umming and ahhing over what exactly I wanted to do, I'd say you could easily make a similar build within 30 minutes without needing to even rush yourself. The first thing I looked for at the start of this build were spikes with skulls on them. These items were great in Fallout 4 for making a workshop raider flavoured, but sadly they're not currently present within 76. Hopefully there'll be rewards from completing quests for the raider factions once Wastelanders drops, but there's also a chance of them coming in the Atom Shop somewhere down the line. With no skull spikes, I instead separated the two. In the turrets and traps section of the build menu, there are bone chimes and spikeboard traps. These functioned as the backbone of my build. I placed spike traps all around the perimeter and hung bone chimes throughout the central area of the camp. Although individually they don't change things all that much, the sheer number of them you can place helps you to cover all of the workshop in flavour elements that don't eat too much budget up or require ultra precise placements. The spike boards also function as defences, helping to protect your workshop from enemies that will try and take it over. In higher level areas, spike boards might not add up to much, but Charleston Landfill is a forest workshop, so the foes you'll face there are plenty weak enough to take serious damage from spikes poking out of the ground. As a way to make the place even more dangerous to attack, I also threw down a pair of flamethrower traps at the main entrance, with a pressure plate between them to set them off. If you connect a power source directly to a flamethrower trap, then it will just keep shooting out flames until it breaks, so you're going to want to use a pressure plate as a connector so that it only goes off when an enemy is in the way. Additionally, I had a switched power pylon, which meant I could stop power flowing from the pressure plate if I wanted to let somebody walk through, or didn't want to use up the trap's condition for any reason. On top of that, I made sure to place a couple of basic machine gun turrets in the workshop at reasonable vantage points. These once again help with defense while still fitting with the look of the place. I didn't want to go for anything more high-tech than this, as it's supposed to be a pretty standard raider settlement, not some futuristic outpost from the Brotherhood or Enclave. Let's quickly cover the actual workshop side of things here, as there is a practical reason to take over these locations after all. The workshop comes with a pre-built industrial water purifier, 3 junk nodes, and single aluminium, copper and steel deposits. Personally, I only powered up the purifier and junk extractors, but there's clearly plenty of room for good resource extraction here. I made sure to use large generators for each of the resource gatherers and small generators for the traps. Although a single fusion generator could have easily covered them all, the rough look of the generators fit in with both the raider and standard workshop look. I also decided to place mounted outlets on the resource extractors, feeling they worked well as a raider gang ownership symbol. For the most part, all of these things don't change the overall look of the place too much though, so you're going to want to add a couple of visual set pieces. For me, this consisted of a raised defense post and a throne chair for the overboss. Let's first take a look at the defense posts. For this, I had a wooden foundation with concrete stairs leading up to it, and a standard guard post slightly off-centre. I then covered the non-stair sides with wooden fences to make the entire platform look less exposed, while still providing good visibility. This made for a makeshift shooting parapet which has a ramshackle look, fitting with any raider settlement. The overboss's throne started off with a raised guard post, which I treated as stairs to the throne itself, for which I used an electric chair. To make it stand out as a seat of importance, I placed a gold nuclear winter trophy to one side, and the other side had an onyx deathclaw egg and a metal safe with an oil lamp on top. To add even more significance to the throne, I then placed mounted heads on the back and sides of the guard post, showing off some of the kills the overboss had claimed. This was truly the centrepiece of the build for me, and after this it was just down to me to add a few practical items, such as workbenches or mattresses, and the odd extra bit of theme, like the meat wheat flag. And that was really it for the build. Quite a minimalist one this time around, but I felt that fit the theme well. Raiders rarely build up their own huge settlements, instead just using whatever they find and putting up a few of their own signs to ward off others. Do make sure to let me know what you thought of this build in the comments, anything you particularly liked or anything else you would have added. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Fallout 76 content. As well as workshop builds, I also make character builds, guides, news videos and challenge runs. Additionally, I'm currently planning on live streaming some Fallout 3 tomorrow, although I'm actually feeling quite ill whilst recording this, so that's not 100% guaranteed. But if I do, and you want to come along and hang out for that, make sure to click the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know about that when the stream goes live. Alternately, you could also join my Discord server, where I'll post a link to the stream before it goes live. Additionally, being in the Discord gives you a chance to show up in videos, just like how Stilltown Eric was in this video as the second Raider character. Anyway, that's enough of all that. I've got more workshops to work on, and you've got more videos to be watching, I'm sure. As always, thanks for watching. Sarge out.